Hello all, good morning. I had a great sleep, bounded out of bed. Here's the day. Wow, what a difference from yesterday. On some sort of dismal crash. I hope that was the last gasp. Last gasp of the sertraline leaving my body. I guess once I'm stabilised on the Prozac, I will not be introducing the videos with a short message about how I am adjusting to the Prozac, because it'll become the new normal. And I like, if this is the new normal, then I like it. I love it. I'm gonna run headlong into it. Ew. So I got really agitated towards the end of my last video, and yeah, I would just like to draw attention to some of the things that for example, I called this First Minister of Scotland on a number of occasions a massive mangina. This is him here. This is the First Minister of Scotland that was so brutally hurt by an opinion and words. And there is also other regrettable parts of the video towards the end, where I described this politician here as fat, plain and retarded, and then here's me doing it here. Then some fat, plain, clearly half-witted woman stands up, and I may have done it another time as well. So here it is here. You can't say a retard shouldn't be standing there with his voice getting heard. So I thought I would take this opportunity to absolutely and unequivocally double down on what I said. So I thought we'd watch a wee video together.
For bleeding Scottish workers dry.
First Minister.
Well, I'm very proud of the budgetary decisions and the tax decisions that the government has
taken. Look at this. Look at this. And zero accountability for pissing billions away on failed social programmes that nobody ever asks for receipts for. Right, number one. And he's very proud of it. Right, well, listen to the language here. Wonder why I go fucking mental.
5% of Scottish taxpayers are now expected to pay less income tax in 2026-27.
There's like no taxpayers. They took the jobs away, and they just haven't replaced them. So here's some duplicity here. So he's just cherry picking. They're just going to shout some statistics at each other, I think. He's just going to cherry pick stuff that looks favourable. The other guy's going to cherry pick stuff that looks unfavourable. But the reality is that you either get a menial job working with the elderly, and see, I'm using respectful language where it's deserved. So you get a hard job at almost minimum wage for a pittance, working in care or the government. There's the third sector that does care, and then there's the government working for the councils themselves. Like that's your options. So there's like very, very few taxpayers. They've created this parasite system that is just wide open for exploitation. They never ask for a receipt. Nobody ever asks for receipts for all this shit. Man, if it goes wrong, they blame Westminster. If it goes right, they take the credit. Absolute duplicity. It was a weasel language. It makes me sick. Let's carry on.
A wider set of social contract provisions than the rest of the United Kingdom, whether that's on under-22s bus travel or, crucially,
here's what under-22s bus travel brought to us. This is our local bus station. It's been like this for since they brought it in, I think within 6 months of them bringing in their brilliant under-22s free Scottish bus travel. And you know what it did? All the young teams just went on tour and battered each other and smashed each other's towns and bus stops. And this is just this is amazing, isn't it? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Like the disconnect for like these things in theory and then the actual results of these things. And when they never take accountability for the shit ideas. The government just seems for retards that brainstorm stupid shit and then push it through, and then nobody ever gets held accountable. There are no receipts, and yeah, maybe the SNP is the best thing for us, but this isn't the way to do it. The way to do it is to relax the regulations. No on fucking vape shops. No to put in a million little regulations that they don't have a hope in enforcing, where all you do is you just don't comply, you just do your own thing anyway, like anarchy. You just do it, and then you're untouchable. Yeah, they punish the honest man that tries to play by the system. But if you're just some guy that spends his his drug dealing money on a vape shop, just do what you want, innit? Just do what you want. Run a brothel. Yeah, you don't pay tax on that. Now watch this. It gets worse.
Crucially, delivering for all the people of Scotland.
Russell Finlay.
I don't think he was listening. They're paying 77 pence less per week. That's how much they're saving. John Swinney won't admit that he's forcing taxpayers to fund the SNP's sky-high and soaring benefits bill. The IFS found that the average Scottish household is more than £500 worse off to those elsewhere in the UK as a direct result of his tax and benefits policies. They describe elements of the benefit system as unfair, and they say that some benefits, and I quote,
yes,
as a
yes. And there's how they came up with a number for the last bribe that they gave us at the last election. They offered us a one-off payment of £500, coincidentally, exact amount of money that would make us equal to the average household in England. Like, it's a lot of statistics tennis, but you get the fucking idea.
Strong disincentive for some households to increase their earnings. And it's not just the IFS, it's ordinary Scots who can see
Position of people in Scotland compared to people in England. So 25,600 pounds more after tax. The equivalent.
Yeah, there's a problem with the zero accountability. They've created a Gaza where our benefits are just a perpetual refugee state. And like, I get what they're saying, like if we run our own shit. But would they relax regulations? Would they relax speech? Would they increase freedoms for the native man? Would they admit that a man is not a woman? Hell no. Hell no, these absolute donkeys. They're incapable. Like the only way that I would get behind like a nationalist move is if it was somebody like Farage or motherfucking Rupert Lowe, who just calls a spade a spade. Oh, you can't call a spade a spade. We're all equal, even the people with like 80 IQs. And you're racist if you point it out, or homophobic, or ableist, or... Like, you get to fuck. The world is unequal. The exception proves the rule. Politics. They wouldn't know what to do if they had an independent Scotland. Like, he's worked in government all his life. They just pander. They pander to the fringe, the loudest, fringest nutcases. The middle class people that are involved, because they're the ones that didn't just go on a hedonism nosedive, age 17. and opt out for the last 25 years. And this is the result. This is what we did, people. Like they want control over income. Yet they're in there with the Greens. Well, we want control of the tax, and it'll make all the difference. They're not going to drill the oil. They've pissed away billions on these wind farms that every village above an elevation of like 200 metres is just surrounded by, especially in our valley. Like, a lot of people can relate to that. No, they stand inert. They don't move. Like, why do these windmills no move? It's because, maybe, that the estate owners that own all the land, the massive, the hectares and hectares, are they guys? There's a scam going on. And these guys, the estate owners are making a fortune off it. These windmills are all paying rent, and the windmills don't move. Our electricity prices go up and up and up. Yeah, something ain't making sense. Let's carry on.
Scotland compared to people in England. So 25,600 pounds more after tax. The equivalent in England. About under 22's bus travel, about tuition, but
yeah, under 22 bus travels resulted in this. Fucking donkey.
£365 more in tax after tax in Scotland than the equivalent in England. And
that's
that's
waffling bumping.
About free prescription charges, about under...
You know, there used to be a thing on prescriptions where you could just tick a little box, and if you can afford to pay, you pay, and if you can't afford to pay, you leave the box blank. No, we're all equal, regardless of how much you have, because this is the level of deception that you have to employ to get behind us.
Under 22's bus travel, about tuition fees and the other elements of the social contract that are delivered in Scotland by this progressive SNP government.
Dirty word, progressive. Massive mangina.
Long. Can parrot selective statistics all day long.
Here. As he then parrots selective statistics back. But yeah, he's right. This is why we disengaged, man. The lies. That's why we chose anti-justice instead of justice, because of what we saw, the injustice that the justice system meets it. Look at this bunch of gibbons. Yeah, so yeah, my opinion, like, I don't know if... I can't say that John Swinney is literally a massive mangina. Like, I've never seen under his suit. But I can kind of tell for the head. And the way the head taper's done. There's something unusual going on under there. And it's not entirely male. Oh, you can't please yeah. I'll just never take my shirt off so you can't see my massive mangina. It goes up to his fucking neck. Look at that. Oh my god. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Like, I'm no a mangina expert. Like, I feel that that's our enemy. I really do. It's like the same way Hamza. Everything he did was just rancid. And exposed him for being rancid. And I get that. I really get that off of this guy. Like, I think he's our enemy. Anyway, shall we continue?
Scotland. Two-thirds of people in Scotland believe that spending on benefits is too high. It's now at 7 billion.
Yeah, it's wide open for corruption. All you need to do is phone up the doctor and cry. I know a fellow who has a real neurological disease, and he has pride. And I'm like, please, I said to him, please tell me you're on additional disability benefit for your condition, man, because yours is genuine. Because every other person that I've seen on PIP, or whatever it's called nowadays, the disability payment, you just cry. And I applied for it because I have real mental health issues. I can't keep a job. And I tripped at the first hurdle, just like my friend here. But yet the guys that hustle, they just phone up and cry. That's it. That's your victim. You gotta play the victim. This Scotland. This is what we've created. A nation of Gazans.
£1
Cry harder.
And it's heading towards 10 billion debt. She told me, but in reality, not least, their inability to control the escalating number of benefits claims. Why can John Swinney not see?
Well, they over-regulate, persecute anybody with regulation that tries to take a risk. So it's just utter stifling. And then I guess in the education system, right up until 5 years ago here, was just so dismal. They prepared you for nothing. There was like two classes of people. It's a class of people that got to leave come and the class of people that had to stay. And that was done to the parents. It had nothing to do with the schools. Because the schools failed or succeeded, depending on the upbringing of the child. So, yeah. Massive mangina.
What everyone else can see. On the record. About £353 and £1,900, Mr. Finlay. And when it comes
Statistics tennis.
to social security, I want to make it clear that I lead a government that is committed to delivering growth in our economy and fairness. Answer the questions that are put.
Yeah, it doesn't answer the questions. Growth in our economy. Growth in working for the government, the care sector, or the third sector. That's the growth. We're a benefit state.
500,000 people, that's 500,000 Scots, now receive ADP. And the numbers claiming it have gone up almost 15% since last year. 100 cannot ignore.
This is the adult disability. This is the hustle. This is one of the hustles, apart from the obvious wind farm, green energy scam that's going on. Yeah, this is the other hustle that I just talked about. People with integrity fall at the first hurdle. They stiff upper lip. They soldier on. You know, that old Scottish fucking attitude that didn't serve us all that well because it meant the men died at like 45-year-old for working in mines. But
credible and sustained warnings of fraud and abuse. Does John Swinney agree with this alarming projection? And do these soaring numbers give him any cause for concern?
On the comments to Parliament today.
Let's hear one another.
And Russell Finlay changed tack.
he's blaming the statistician.
That's what you get from a Swinney government.
Fucking know exactly what we'll get, a sweaty government. Oh my god. Oh, there it is. There's everything that's wrong. And she's sitting there enjoying it. Like, she's getting paid. She'd get paid to sit there and enjoy this shite. They're all getting paid a fucking fortune. Zero accountability. Zero realism. Victimhood. It's the victimhood Olympics. So having reviewed that, I would like to, honestly, independent Scotland? No. We're screwed either way. The SNP stay in. They're going to bust, now that they've burnt down Glasgow station with a illegal vape shop fire. They'll need to Flixbus all the immigrants up to vote for them. Yeah, Ugh. Playing the game. Experts at playing the game. They are what? They are the government. The employer in the country. Well, having reviewed what we just saw together, I would like to triple down on my statement that I allege that John Swinney is a massive mangina. And we are going to continue doubling down and reinforcing on the most controversial things that I said in my last video, because this absolutely proves it. So now we're going to look at the retard that I called a fat cunt, and I may also have said plain. Like these are just words in my opinion. Like I know that they make opinions illegal in Scotland, and that's what we're going to look at now. The stifling of speech under the guise of all the isms, the illegality of alternate opinions, and they just take a listen to the language. It's supposed to be smart people that are running the place. No, this.
Appeal that he makes, and I commit
There's these
myself
dodgy language. So I reckon, right, if these nitwits get back in, which is looking pretty likely that they will, I only hope the referendum goes against them. But the Reform are just gonna make it worse for us. Like we're shafted either way. I reckon. Like Reform will just they'll gut the English cities and send a bunch of them up to Scotland. Swinney will welcome all these people as equals, and they'll all vote for him in the population centres of Scotland who rule us. So there we go. Here's I'm just demonstrating why, in my opinion, this gentleman John Swinney, the First Minister of Scotland, is massive mangina, in my opinion.
of respect to other people in our society and to respect the rights of every
What behaviour?
person in our
Some
society.
of this behaviour.
I am horrified.
What's the behaviour, you massive mangina? Is it having a different opinion for you?
By some of the
I swear to God, man, you're the
expressed
minority.
publicly in our
You
society.
are the minority.
of racial intolerance,
Racial
of
intolerance.
hatred.
Racial intolerance and hatred. They're words. They're words that you can say. And right, he's accusing anybody that has a different opinion of being racially intolerant and hateful. While he hates the English, while he hates the Jews, while he hates the people that notice that he hates the English and he hates the Jews, in my opinion. And watch this, they're going after the language.
Hatred towards other people. There are
Other
that
people.
stand with banners in my constituency outside a hotel accommodating asylum seekers with language.
Why they accommodating asylum seekers? You massive mangina.
Racial intolerance, of hatred towards other
It's
people.
human rights gone wild.
Stand
Woo,
with
they're all
banners
equal.
in my constituency
Let's talk about the
outside a
rape
hotel accommodating
statistics,
asylum
the
seekers
sexual
with
assault
language which is
statistics.
hate-filled and
Let's
it is
talk about the
But the point that
Packy
Mr.
shaggers.
Green raises
Huh?
today about the aspirations
like, who
of
the fuck else is going to
politicians
impregnate with
just
truant
speak it out
teenage
loud.
schoolgirls? Like, I'm too old.
Talking about it today.
I'm too ethical.
The homophobic joke, alleged joke by
Might as well let them do it,
as
huh?
the leader of reform in Scotland.
Man, then
is a
sell them
warning
vapes
to
while
this
they're doing it.
country of what is
Fucking
coming
great.
our way.
No, you're
Because there is no place for
intolerant,
homophobia,
racist,
racism and
hateful.
intolerance. That's what
Language which is hate-filled, and it is appalling.
Hate-filled, appalling language. Wah. Wah.
Thank you. Move to
But the point that
constituency and
Mr.
general
Green
supplementaries. I
raises
call
today,
Mr. Green of the Greens.
the aspirations of politicians to come in.
He's got more fucking oil in his beard and moustache than the North Sea has. Absolute gimboid.
Let me just speak it out loud because I know everyone is talking about it today. The homophobic joke.
Ah! Oh, we're going after jokes. Oh, It's a fucking joke, you cunt. Like salutes of some Nazi pugs. From boomers to zoomers, we've lost all sense of humour. It's a fucking joke, you massive mangina. Like an 8 years ago smear. And they're bringing it up. It's a fucking joke, you cunt.
By Malcolm Offord, the leader of reform in Scotland, is a warning to this country of what is...
What is to come? Oh, there'll be homophobic jokes left, right and centre. We can't have it. This is not funny.
Because there is no place for homophobia, racism and intolerance. That's what...
There's no place for noticing these things, for highlighting them through comedy. This erroneous thinking. There's no place for that. No, we'll make this the expression illegal. We'll have every white man running around feeling utterly guilty for existing.
That's what reform represents, and we have all got to stand up against that bile in our society.
That bile in our society.
Question number 3, Gillian Mackay.
So this is the government politician that, in my opinion, is overweight. She appears to be very plain looking, and judging by the content of what she says, it would appear that there's either a IQ retardation going on or some sort of emotional one. Like with the obesity and the content of a speech, in my opinion, that these are bad signs. So you're looking at here at a chasm between reality and what she is, and these are all clues. These are all clues to what's going wrong with this person, and of course our esteemed leader, the massive mangina, has to entertain this and listen to it and treat it as if the opinion is valid, and it's not utterly. It's just chalk for like Trump derangement, duplicitous language. It's an exercise in polity speak, and of course, for noticing that the esteemed person here is overweight, plain. Content of our question is absolutely asinine and misleading and just chock full just the worst. And what I'm going to do is, this was recorded on March the 20th, okay? This is what I switched on March the 20th. And what I'm going to do, we'll watch this together. I'll say a couple of words. And then I'm going to play it. I'm going to play the Honest Abe, the Minister for International Terrorism of Iran, in his speech at the UN. See these clowns. These guys are obsessed with like Europe and the UN, and they're just like they're Nazis. Like they call us Nazis for having a different opinion, but these guys are the Nazis. They're going after jokes. They're going after speech. They're going after having different opinions. They self-flagellate. These guys are a different breed. Like, they can live the lie. They thrive in the lie. They help their pals get into the lie. And they represent the people that are most politically active, which is obviously in the population density. And while everybody else is disillusioned to death, we don't even graffiti. We're hedonistic. We either want to work and party hard and ignore this shit, or just whatever, just fucking whatever. But this is the question that really triggered me. Like, listen to the list of assumptions and misleading.
By US military refuelling jets. These jets have gone on to fly missions in the US-Israeli bombing campaign against
Oh, the Mail
Iran.
and the National, right? The BBC, the Mail and the National. This is student level stuff. It's completely biased. Oh my god. And it's utterly anti-Semitic at its core. It's reality denying at its core. And look at the my observation of the lady's plainness, her obesity, and her apparent retardation is about to be evidenced, in my opinion.
Have confirmed that the airport has been used by US military refuelling jets. These jets...
Oh, that's terrible, that is. Oh no. Oh no. We'll get Trump out of our airports. Oh no.
Campaign against Iran.
Yes! Fuck them. Fuck terrorists. Fuck them.
Military experts
Military.
concrete proof
Concrete.
of our complicity in a war which has now killed over 1,300 people in Iran.
I think it's killed more than that, hen. But of course she gets her information for the BBC, the National, and the Daily Mail. Look at this done in there. Oh man, you gotta love it. Oh, what I say is so controversial and hearty until you put the evidence right in front of you. Well, I wouldn't. Let's have a look.
Iran, including more than 200 children.
200 children, unconfirmed. 1,300 people? 1,300 Iranians? Like, that's a remarkably low number. Like, if that's all the terrorists that they've killed in Iran, then... yeah, that can't be right. They not sunk, like, 300 ships. Like, they're blowing up Basiji checkpoints one at a time. Oh, just like, oh, interrupt the arrangement, he's making the world safer. That guy behind her as well. Where's your head at, mate?
The First Minister previously said
This has been confirmed by the BBC, the National and the Daily Mail.
Military action in the Middle East. What more does the First Minister need?
Well, we would like all the terrorists to be dead. Yeah, let's go with that. Satan, you dumb bitch. America's the big Satan. We're white, we're kafirs. You dumb bitch. Like this, I bet you this will... I can use whatever language I want. If she's a dumb bitch, then why can I not say it? Like, it doesn't mean I think all women are bitches. I just think this is a dumb bitch. What would she say about that? Oh, that's ableist. Just because my IQ is very low and I am emotionally retarded and easily manipulated doesn't mean I'm a dumb...
If it was confirmed it was being used to support military action in the Middle East. What more does the First Minister
give them the fuel for free?
And US bombing campaign in Iran.
Presiding Officer, this is an issue.
First Minister.
Members of the public,
This is an issue
enormous concern.
very closely.
Now, who's this?
And it is
That's pretty vague, yeah, massive mangina. Members of the public. Concerned? I am concerned that they're not killing enough terrorists quick enough. The US is concerned that they've killed all the terrorists too quick. A duck. Wait till the anti-Semitism. Like nobody even questions. Oh, we've banned Israeli fighter jets from using it. Israel's 2,000 miles away. What the fuck are they using Prestwick Airport for? They live next to Iran. It's really easy to ban the Israeli fighter jets. Aye. I think they turned left instead of right and ended up in fucking Prestwick. Absolute clown show.
and unease around the conflict in the Middle East, which has enormous ramifications for every citizen.
This is a massive mangina, in my opinion.
Economic impact.
Like, he seems quite tall. Aye, so, like, he's, even among men, he's massive. And then you add the mangina onto that. In my opinion, he is a massive mangina.
Taking place in the Middle East. And I am deeply concerned about the situation that we face given the escalation of events in the course of the last few days of enormous environmental, economic and geopolitical implications.
He didn't mention the deed terrorists, did he? Environmental for the Greens, geopolitical for like Trump deranged. This is in charge, man. I'm just sitting here in a room shouting. This is in charge.
Economic and
environmental, economic. The Yanks no paying us to use the airports. He didn't mention the ridiculously, wildly statistic 1,300s Iranians have been killed. No. Basiji Shia Muslim terrorists who are oppressing the Iranian people are being killed. Yes, there are collaterals. It's a war. What the 1,300? Where the fuck? She just pulled that out of her massive phallus?
That Gillian Mackay puts to me today.
Gillian Mackay.
I'm pleased that the First Minister's concerned, but I'm really disappointed in that answer. Last weekend, the First Minister said that an independent Scotland could ban foreign militaries involved in illegal wars from the country, and we welcome that commitment. But Scotland cannot and must not wait for independence to act on our principles. Children in Iran are dying now, and they're being bombed
could
by
ban foreign militaries involved in illegal wars from the country, and we welcome that commitment. But Scotland...
Wait. Foreign military illegal war. They're our allies. We're killing terrorists. Look at a pie hole there. A slack-jawed idiot. Yeah, while we were off partying, people like this got in charge.
Cannot and must not wait for independence to act on our principles.
Principles. We must save the terrorists. We must keep the real people of Iran oppressed. We must allow Shia Muslims to steal a country, steal the oil and upset the status quo of the world in favour of international terrorism, communism and the Kremlin. What a absolute donkey. And this creature would turn around. I bet she's well behind Ukraine. Or she's maybe completely... I don't know enough about her. I don't want to know. Look at that face, man.
Children in Iran are dying now, and they're being...
The people of Iran are dying now. Mate, they've been dying for 47 years. You fat, spoilt retard. Somebody's had her ear. Somebody brun.
being bombed by planes, refuelled in a chain that leads...
You think they've been bombed by chickens?
...directly back to Prestwick.
Yes. Where they refuel and go and do it again. And it's brilliant, because we hate terrorists. Oh, or do we? No, we're Gazans now, aren't we? There it is. This is the victim. We see ourselves as socialists. That's it, we're communist, socialist Gazans. In my opinion, this is a fat retard.
We know the public in Scotland are overwhelmingly against this war. We know that...
No, they're not. We know. How do you know? Did the BBC tell you that? Did the Daily Mail? Did the National Scotland Independent newspaper? Is that where you get your information?
Is owned by the Scottish Government, and the Scottish Government has previously already taken the decision to ban Israeli planes. They can take...
That's just fine, aye. The Israeli planes, they turned left instead of right. And they ended up in Prestwick. Donkey. Absolute donkey. And that nodding bozo behind her. What the fuck even is that? That's the kind of woman that would go out, get drunk, have sex with a man, and then report him for rape the next day. That's the kind of woman, in my opinion. Just absolute reality deny. Oh, the victim. Oh, there's nothing more that suffers more. Oh.
Will the First Minister properly stand up for Scotland and finally kick Trump's troops out?
Troops.
Having doubled and tripled down on the most controversial statements that I made in my last video, I would now like to quadruple down on the fact that, in my opinion, and based on the evidence presented here, that this public servant who's paid with English money and who has zero accountability and is anti-Semitic, clearly, like we did, and is pro-terror, and she's mad that the massive mangina's not doing enough. Oh, he sure showed him, hen.
Right, let's see if we can spot any similarities between what this demented cow said and what the Minister for International Terrorism of Iran said. Let's see if we can notice any things that might be similar.
Today, amid the throes of an illegal war imposed by two bullying nuclear-armed regimes, the United States and Israel. This war of aggression is blatantly unjustified and brutal. They initiated this aggression on 28 February, while Iran and the United States were engaged in a diplomatic process to resolve. They are targeting civilians and civilian infrastructures with no regard for laws of war. Are not sufficiently describing the gravity of the atrocities they are committing. This would bring no security and peace. Hold them accountable for the abhorrent crimes they are committing against Iranians.
First Minister.
Oh, fuck off, you dummy. You're a jack in the box.
Sympathise and agree with Kabir Nabri.
I sympathise and agree. I sympathise and agree. Sympathise with everybody. He sympathises into oblivion. Fucking thumbhead.
As First Minister within the Scottish Parliament operating under the Scotland Act. And they undoubtedly have me exercising powers in relation to national security, aviation...
Oh, she's not happy.
I put my pie down for this. I drove all the way here and government money, getting paid a fortune, drive my government car, getting reimbursed per mile to listen to this. He's not even banning Trump for the airports.
With a fucking face on it. What the fuck? Our microphone as well, it's so skinny. Our microphone's been taken out of the Ozempic. There's no left any for her.
Air transport, defence and force to me.
Yeah, piss off the lot of yous. Yeah, so having doubled, tripled and quadrupled down on my previous statements, I would just like to clarify that everything that you hear is just my opinion. It's just allegedly. I'm sort of trying to provide evidence to back it up. Just like they don't provide evidence for anything. The BBC, the National and the Daily Mail have said that 1,300 Iranians have been killed in Iran. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? This was why I was mad. If you don't... I've got to laugh. I can't get mad. I have to make fun of this. I have to make fun of this. I can't internalise it. I can't. We owe it to the country not switch off. We must watch. We must look at this shite. Off to the gulag with you, son. Yeah, what are they gonna do to me, man? I'm like 40 years old. It's like half my life's over. More than half, like two-thirds of my life's fucking over. What are they going to do to me? For voicing my opinion. This is the fear that they put in you. Attacking jokes, attacking character. Everybody's a racist. There's no receipts for any of this shit. No, there is a way that Scotland could become independent. But that's only with independent people. People with an independent opinion. With leaders that represent the silent majority. And they don't know about us. They only listen to the screaming immigrants and the Karens. So of course they're like trying to represent them. It's because we switched off. The demented Karenocracy. The Jew haters. The Jew hating socialists. And they picked the wrong side and everything. And it was demonstrated by our Hamza Yousaf. And here it is, doubled down on with this clown. So that was the interaction that actually sickened me and made me spitting mad. So, fuck you very much. Peace out.